guys, what's up? Retro Shinobi here, coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to go over some stuff that I got off of Facebook Marketplace from a couple of game stores, and then something that I got pre-ordered. So, without further ado, let's get into the first thing that I got. This is actually a pretty good lot. Let me know what you think. So, we're starting off with a Wii Mini console. Does have some dirt in there I'm gonna have to clean out. You have to get one of those canned compressed air. Opens just fine. It's pretty clean other than the dust. You've got AV cable, power cable, the little bar, composite cable. You've got 2 racing wheels, 2 controllers, 2 nunchucks, this shooting adapter, this fishing adapter. Should be able to get like 25 for that. Ignore the my bed sheet. It also came with this wireless cable, and then the drawing pad, and then the games. We've got Wii Fit. It does come with the Wii Fit board, but like everything else in this lot, it has a really strong scent of cigarettes. The guy who had this stuff probably smoked in his house. I've been able to get the smell off of almost everything, but the Wii Fit board is just not happening. We've got Monster Jam, Urban Assault, Penguins, Goosebumps. We got Shrek, U-Draw, Puss in Boots, Marvel, Cars, Turtles, Wii Fit Plus. This is sealed. Outdoor Action double pack. Thought that was pretty cool. We got Mario Kart Wii, which is complete in there. Again, it's a little dirty, so we'll be able to get a little bit less. Something that surprised me is that this actually goes for between $20 and $25, especially with the racing wheel. So this is definitely one to be on the lookout for. I was expecting this to just be another like $8 to $10 game. We got Smash Bros. Brawl, no manual. We got Super Paper Mario, no manual. We got Mario Galaxy, which is complete, and Mario Galaxy 2 with no manual. So obviously the most expensive one here is the Mario Kart Wii. I'll put that up right there, but it's about $30 to $35. This again is $20 to $25. Then you've got, your 15, 20, 20. So all in all, you're like 50, 80, 100, 20, 50 for the console. I think all in all, this is about a $200 lot. I'm going to put a lot of the small games with the console, probably. Try to sell everything together. My other thought process was for some of these cheaper games to kind of put them up on Facebook Marketplace for $5 a piece and see if anybody bites. This was a Facebook Market lot deal. I paid $100 for the lot. I think, looking back at it, I probably wouldn't spend this much for a lot like this again, especially considering the condition that everything's in with the cigarette smell. The only way I was able to get the cigarette smell out was to put, I can show you here, I put dryer sheets underneath the paper of everything. And then I also had some inside of the console. It actually worked really well. So if you have a game that smells like cigarettes, definitely try that. It's a pretty solid way to get that smell out. Without further ado, let's get into some of the other stuff that I picked up this week. All right, so what did you think about the Wii Lot? I think that there's a potential for a lot of money, but I think it's also true that I probably overspent a little bit. I kind of overestimated how much the Wii Mini was worth. It had just popped up on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, I'll buy it right now if you do 100. They had it for 125. Plus, I was hoping that the games were complete. They weren't. They smell like cigarettes, so that obviously decreases the price that I can sell them at. But all in all, I still think it's a pretty good deal. I was going to add some of the games to my collection and just try to make my $100 back. But because of the smell, even though, they don't really smell, they still have a little bit of discoloration because of the cigarettes. So I'm probably just going to sell everything. I'm sure I'll run into Paper Mario and Mario Galaxy again. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that deal. If it was good, if it was bad, if I, missed anything, definitely let me know. So there are a couple more games that I have to show you that I got this week. One of them for the PS5, I've been holding off on buying this because I just see it drop in price and drop in price and drop in price. And it finally was at a price point that I felt like, not necessarily that it was worth, but that I was comfortable paying for it. And that is Like a Dragon Ishin. So this is in the Yakuza series. And if you guys know anything about Yakuza, this is a spin-off. It's basically, it's a Yakuza game set in feudal Japan. So you play, I'm pretty sure is a Ronin, who has, as you can see, a gun and a sword, and you're fighting against samurai, and there's a whole story, and they're like basically like the descendants of the main cast is kind of what I understand of it. I think there's somebody who looks like Majima, and yeah. Obviously, the main character looks a lot like the main character in Yakuza 0. And I believe in Yakuza 1, or 1 through 6. I haven't really played through a lot of them. I have played Like a Dragon. I'm so close to beating it, and as soon as I beat it, I am going to make a review video. I've beaten the game, but I'm currently grinding for the true Final Millennium Tower, which you need to be level 99 for and have a bunch of other stuff. So as soon as I get that done, I'm going to make a review video. This is cool because it has a little manual, and by manual I mean it has a DLC code, but it also has a sticker, Ryu ga Gotoku Studios sticker, which I thought was really cool. I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series. I've played through probably about half of Yakuza 0, and right now I'm playing Like a Dragon, and it's so much fun. I mean, it's the characters are so funny. It's one of the few video games I've ever played that actually has made me crack up at several different moments, and the storytelling is just so in depth and compelling. You're playing through the life of this person who used to be in the Yakuza, and then a series of circumstances has them working from the outside to try to fix certain things. It's a lot of fun. If you've never tried a Yakuza game, I would say absolutely pick up Yakuza 0 and try it out. If you have PlayStation Plus, I'm pretty sure it's free. So that's definitely something to keep your eyes out for. And if it isn't free, it goes on sale a lot. There are legacy collections that have, a build-up of a lot of the different games in the series. So it's definitely something you should keep your eye out on, and definitely watch some videos and see if it's the kind of game series for you. And in the same vein, a game that very recently came out that I picked up, I had on pre-order, is Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Now, this is the sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon that just came out. As you can see, it's still sealed. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting until I 100% it to start playing the second one. And honestly, right now my game file is sitting at around 74 hours. So I'm probably going to play a different game from a different series before I get into this one. And it's not because it's not a good franchise. It's a really good franchise. It's just that for the past couple weeks, I've been doing almost nothing but playing Like a Dragon. Apparently, I'm pretty sure it's set in America, which is pretty funny. Like I said, I'm really excited to check it out. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes out for this. From what I've heard, as trends go in the Yakuza series, these kind of games tend to be pretty quick droppers in value. But I just had to have my hands on it. It's an amazing game, and I'm really happy that I have it in the collection. So there are two games for the Nintendo Entertainment System that I picked up, and these aren't necessarily the best of deals. They're pretty cheap games, but I just really wanted to have them for the collection. My roommate has an NES. I don't have an NES of my own yet. The one from the deal that we got last week is going to be sold after it gets retro-brighted, which I still need to do. I need to order one of those tri-corner screwdrivers to be able to get into there and take the shell out and then, do all that process. So That's something that I'm definitely gonna have a dedicated video on in the future. So definitely, keep your eyes peeled for that. The first game, I went to Easy Pawn, the pawn shop that I showed in an earlier video, and I caught them slipping. This game, I didn't catch them slipping on, but for the one I'm going to show at the end of the video, and you've probably already seen in the thumbnail, I caught them slipping. I really did. I really did. I'm not clickbaiting this time, I swear. The first game I got is Double Dribble for the NES, and I paid, that looks like a $6, but I swear it's $2. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a couple of minor scratches on the label. I saw it. It was $2. It's in pretty good shape, and this is one of my favorite NES games. It's a really fun basketball game. It's really simple, but it plays really well, and I think it's one of those games that still holds up. There's a lot of NES games that you play, and it's like, I could tell how this would have been a lot more fun back then than it is now, but this just isn't one of them. I seriously, if this came out exactly as it was, they just ported it to like the Nintendo Switch, I would play it like a lot, probably. Especially if they had some kind of online feature. I'm probably alone in that thought, but this is a really, really fun game. I picked it up for $2 just to have it in the collection. I think it's really cool that this is the first NES game that I'm adding to this collection. It's just a really cool game. And then the second game that I picked up today, Sunday, when I'm recording this video, we went to a game store that's about 30 minutes away that we hadn't been to before. I was going to get some footage recording, but it was really small. The guy said that it used to be an apartment that they turned into a game store. There were 3 guys in there, and it was a really small store. They had some pretty good stuff for the size that it was, but a lot of the stuff was really on eBay price, a little bit above eBay price, and not in necessarily the best condition. So I passed on a lot of stuff, but I did get one game that, isn't in perfect condition, and it isn't really that good of a deal, but it was a game that I really wanted for the collection. And that game is Dragon Warrior for the NES. And you can see there, they wanted $9.99. This goes for about 13 to 15 bucks. So $10, pretty good deal. As you can see, there is a little bit of marker. And then if you look really closely, there's also a little bit of grime on the label. I think that's probably why they had it a little bit lower. I will have no problem getting this off. They also had Dragon Warrior 2. They wanted $55, and it had, on both sides, it had the void sticker remnants. And that didn't really bother me. I know that I can get those off with some elbow grease. But it also had a bunch of residue on the back where there was a security code. And the biggest issue was there was this big box on the label where there was one of those square security codes that they had taken off, and it had lifted the label off of the plastic. So it was still intact, and it wasn't like torn or anything, but it was like bubbled because it had been lifted. So, that's the kind of thing that doesn't really come off. And 55, while 55 is a good deal for Dragon Warrior 2, I just, considering the condition, didn't really decide to get that. I am going to show, I'm going to insert right after this, a clip of what this looks like after I clean it up. I'm going to use some Goo Gone. I'm going to show kind of how that process works, and you're going to see the transformation. So this is what it looks like right now. It already looks pretty good. There's a couple of little spots of that gunk on it, and then, that marker. But I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. All right, I'm using a water bottle to hold this up, so it's a little bit of a impromptu setup, but I'm going to be using this Goof Off adhesive gunk remover. It's a spray bottle. I'm just going to get a little bit of it on this Q-tip here. Let's see here. This one is a gel form, so I gotta be a little bit more careful with the thing, but it should just be able to put this over this marker here, and as you can see, it's starting to come up. It's just going to take probably a lot of elbow grease to get all of this off, and a couple Q-tips, So I'm going to get onto that, and then I will show you guys the final results. Okay, so the Goof Off did less of a good job than I would hope. It got off probably about 40%. It's definitely more faded. I'm going to try another method I remember using, which is the Magic Erase combined with some isopropyl alcohol. So I'm going to put the isopropyl alcohol on the Magic Erase marker, or Magic Erase scrubber, just on the corner right here. And we're gonna give it a little bit of a scrubbing, and we're gonna see what that does. And I will get right back with you. It's a little awkward doing it in this way. Okay, so with a little bit of elbow grease, as you can see, it is almost completely gone. So now, you see the game, and the label has been nice and cleaned, and so too is the cartridge. So now we have a very good copy of Dragon Warrior with just a little bit of extra effort. So my advice, Goof Off is really good for adhesives, but obviously not very good for cleaning up markers. This is good. One thing I will warn you about before you go and put this on all of your really expensive games, if you go really deep at it like I did for this one, you'll notice that right here and right here has a slightly different texture, and that's because the Magic Erase marker does remove a little bit of the texture, which is unfortunate, but you have to be really looking close to notice that. And that might also look a little bit better once it's dried. Right now it has that isopropyl alcohol on it. But from a distance, and you're looking at it like this, it just looks like a NES game. So definitely something to keep in mind. Would you rather have it look like this, or would you rather it have, Rex written on it? So, all right, we'll get back into the pickups now. All right, so there's one last game. And this is a game that you almost never see. I thought it was a different game, and I bought it and I was very excited about it, and then I realized I was thinking of a completely different game, and after I plugged it in and went to play it, so that game that I was thinking it was is on my watch list now. I'm gonna get that game because I want that game, but what I ended up getting for a really, really good deal, caught the easy pawn with their overpriced prices slipping, Electro Plankton. And you see that right, that's $20 for Electro Plankton. It's got the game, the manual. I looked it up. I thought that I was like, this manual looks like it's a reprint, but apparently the manual is supposed to be weird, and these thin paper manuals are what it looks like. According to a retro gaming Reddit page, where a lot of people had that question. There's also the health and safety packet, and then there is this subscribe to Nintendo Power pamphlet that's a little bent right there in the corner, but everything's in there and it's in great condition, and it was only $20. And this game goes pretty steadily for your $55-$60 range. I'm gonna put that up right there. What I thought it was when I first looked it up on eBay, the most recent sold listing was just the case and the manual. It didn't have the game, and I'm gonna put that up right there. And they wanted like $20 with $5 shipping, so I was like, it was like $25. I don't remember exactly, but I was like, maybe they thought it was that and put it out for $20, thinking it was that. but it's actually, you know, $55 to $60 game. I talked with the guy. I was like, is there any way you could take $5 off? Well, you know, because I bought Electro Plankton and the double dribble, so I was like 22. I was like, is there any way, you know, you would do 17 for both of them? And he looked them up and he was like, no. He was like, this one goes pretty steadily for 25 to $30. And I was like, okay. You know, I just looked it up myself, and even price charting says 55. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, my heart dropped a little when he was like, let me look it up, and then I'll let you know if I can give you a discount. I was like, oh, great. Is he gonna, you know, see that it goes for like 55 to 60, and then, you know, try to say, oh, actually, we need to sell this for more. You know, I thought I kind of screwed up for a bit, but I didn't, you know, luckily. And I got it for $20. It's a really good deal for the collection. It's a really rare DS game that we don't even have in the big collection in Illinois, in my older videos. This is the first time I've ever seen it, even in the wild. You know, in the wild, outside of eBay, even, you know, your game stores and things like that, never seen it. It's just, I'm pretty sure the guy said, and from what I looked up, the way I understand why this game is so rare and expensive is that you had to mail in to get the game physically, which is just really interesting. It's really cool, and it's also, you know, it's shiny. The case itself has a little bit of wear on it, but the insert and the game and the manual are very mint. So all in all, this week was a pretty good week when it comes to game stuff. I'm going to be selling all of the Wii stuff on my online eBay store, and some of it I'm probably going to put up on Facebook Marketplace. I'm still working through listing and selling a lot of the stuff from the old lot. I haven't really got to listing most of those games. I'm kind of trying to figure out what ones to put on Facebook Marketplace, what ones to put on eBay. So I'm working that out. Definitely the Ataris, though. Those are going on Facebook Marketplace. I don't want to ship those out at all. And then if you see up here, kind of for the time being, I've put the N64 box up there. I am going to sell that on Facebook Marketplace too, because I can imagine it would cost well over $20 to ship that, you know, with the controllers and everything. So we're gonna get into the recap of the video game collection, and then we're gonna close out the video. Thank you everybody who watched this far. I really appreciate it. I would appreciate it even more if you would like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe, or any of those combined. You don't have to, obviously, but it would really help me out, and, you know, just let me know, like, you know, there's people that watch the videos all the way through and all of that. So without further ado, let's get into the game recap. All right, so here is the current state of the collection. We're dealing with $5,727 total, and then with the games, here we are. With these, saying the Dragon Warrior loose is $9. So again, according to the app, I overpaid for Dragon Warrior and Double Dribble for $4. Like I said here, Electro Plankton shows being $55. CIB, that price doesn't really seem to change that much. As you can see here, kind of sticks around $55 to $60. And that is, according to price charting, most likely, yeah, $55.15. You can see here, some sell for more. Complete CIB, authentic and rare, $69.99. But some go for less, $49. Complete, tested and working, stuff like that. So these kind of things are kind of all over the place, but a lot of them are more gearing towards the $60, $65 range. So it is very good. Paid $20, so profit of $35.15. Not bad at all. And then if we just kind of go over some of the stuff I got from the last couple of weeks, since this is an order of placing, should see if there's any increases or decreases. This, again, is just absolutely insane $114 for complete in box for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Absolutely just absurd that it goes for that much money. It looks like a lot of these are stagnant. It might be because I closed the app out and then opened it up again that it isn't showing the increases and decreases, which is fine. So, here we have the entire collection. We're looking at close to $6,000. I think we're probably going to smash the $10,000 goal for the collection. So, when I hit that, we might have to make a new goal. But yeah, we're going to hope that happens. So again, I want to thank you guys if you made it through this far. I appreciate you. If you made it this far, leave a comment telling me what your favorite game was that I got this week. I would appreciate that. Anyways, this is Retro Shinobi signing out.